Hello and welcome back to another episode of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty TV. I'm Jeff Barnes, managing owner and broker of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. Today's episode is simple. Decoupling commissions is a good thing. Again, decoupling commissions is a good thing. Guys, I can tell you, last week another part of the ruling came down with the NAR and that kind of thing. You guys know we're all involved in these legal matters and that kind of thing. But one of the things that the DOJ hinted was that they are still hell-bent on making sure that commissions are decoupled. That's just a fancy word for the buyer's responsibility. It's the buyer's responsibility to use their agent of choice, and it's the seller's responsibility to use their agent of choice. And whatever you work out independently, that's what the deal is going to be. I can tell you like this, guys. One of the things our problem is that people always wondered, what does the buyer's agent do for me? At least out of all of this, the seller's agent knows what they're getting, right? The seller's agent knows what they're giving to the seller. The seller knows what they're getting from the agent. The buyer, though, outside of taking them to see homes and that kind of thing, on the grand scheme of things, they never know what's happening behind the scenes. Does that sound familiar? That's just like National Association of Realtors. Go to any major company website right now and you see they've dropped the realtor designation. What are they saying? We don't know what National Association of Realtors was doing for us, so that we don't mind dropping the designation. So that means your national association, your state association, and most importantly, your local association doesn't have any type of influence to where people are saying, no, I'm going to keep this overwhelmingly because I see the value. It's the same problem that the buyer agent has. Now, guys, why do you want to decouple commissions? It's time to start separate the boys from the men, the girls from the women. At the end of the day, everybody's not going to make it. There's going to be a lot of people who drop out of real estate because, simply put, if a buyer's agent has to get a retainer or has to sign an exclusive right to buy agreement and all that kind of stuff, I don't know if the market is ready for that. The agent already had a lack of value based on the consumer standpoint. Well, the buyer agent had even less. And so now, guys, National Association of Realtors finds themselves in a bind because realtors see them the same way customers see buyer agents. Notice, guys, in all of this, the listing agent is not being criticized. They still think they need a listing agent. They just don't think they need a buyer's agent, which is why decoupling the commission makes sense, guys. Let me tell you this. When the market has changed, you can't fight it. If you keep trying to fight the market, you're going to find yourself spending a lot of money. If the seller says they're only concerned with you getting paid, let the buyer agent figure out their own way of getting paid. So what does this mean as a seller agent? Open house, open house, open house, open house. Private showing, private showing, private showing. You're handling all of your showings. You're handling all of your marketing. You're not dependent on anybody else. But here's the deal, guys. Notice, they're not saying you still can't charge 5 or 6%. Hell, why not charge 10% if you're going to be doing more work? One of the things what you got to look at is, if I'm a listing agent, I may need to look at charging more, because now I got to turn this into a thing where I'm going to have to rely on the people in my firm, which means that I can't make every showing. But what this really means, guys, is that if a buyer calls you up, you got to be there for every showing. You can't rely on buyer's agents to do your showing anymore. You're going to be doing all the showings, all the paperwork, all of that good stuff. And whatever that buyer decides to pay their buyer for that value of the sale, that's on you. But this doesn't say stop charging more commission. It just means that I get to do everything now. And so I'm still charging 6%. I'm still going to try to increase my commissions. And not because I got a problem with the seller, but now what the DOJ has done is they've said, okay, I'm now just concerned with my seller. My seller didn't have a problem with 6% when I was sharing it. Well, now I'm not sharing it, which means I gotta charge more. Let's start thinking about 7%, 10%, because the seller's agent, guys, we have value. The buyer's agent has value too, but that's not my problem anymore. I've instructed everybody in my office to only focus on sellers, because I don't see where a buyer is going to pay a retainer. And I see some articles out there where it's speculation that some of the larger brokerages out there, some of the legacy brokerages out there are charging retainers to see houses and that kind of thing. That's not me. I know we're not going to do that. So with that being said, guys, make sure that you embrace decoupling commissions. Sorry guys, I got a call coming in, but make sure you're decoupling, make sure you embrace decoupling commissions. Do not fight with the sellers and buyers on this thing. You focus on getting that listing. And be honest, buyers, if they don't want to pay a buyer's agent, that's fine. The listing agent can handle everything. If they find themselves wanting representation on the buy side, then they can call you. And once again, guys, I would like to thank you for tuning in to Buy Now, Sell Now Realty TV. Again, I'm Jeff Barnes, managing broker and owner of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. If you want more coaching, look below in the description. My email is down there. My contact information is down there, guys. And until next episode, we'll talk to you then. Take care, everybody.